kind of in the sand bass arena, and I've been catching quite a bit. And those ones, they swallowed the entire sardine.
Oh yeah.
So I sometimes find myself like really digging into the inside and maybe catch some guts with the treble hook.
Yeah.
And I almost wish I had one of those little, like when you catch a little trout, those little things that you could stick in the mouth and get the treble hook out. I forget what they're called.
It's a fish hook remover.
Yes, that thing. I almost wish I had a fish hook remover.
I need a thing to remove the hook. The thing with a fish hook remover?
That's exactly where I was going. Yeah. I'm glad that you understood what I was trying to say.
Sorry.
That's what being a good interviewer is, Tom.
No, I know.
Yeah, so I thank you for that. Now we have a clear idea of what I was trying to say.
No, absolutely.
And people listening to
we
the
needed
kayak.
a fish hook remover to remove the hook from the fish's mouth.
Yes.
I appreciate you being so detailed.
Do they have a big one for sand bass? Did they come in a big one like that?
I'm sure you can just use the normal size one.
The normal size one that I have is for trout.
Well, they have two ends on them. They have a large end and then a smaller end.
That's true. They do have some big ones.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you just turn it around and use the big side.
I don't like how you looked at me when you said big ones.
I in my head, I'm thinking about.
I was like, are they showing? I am wearing shorts.
I'm thinking about a poor joke on.
Just say the joke.
Tommy had to get a colonoscopy for his surgery, and so I was gonna go there with it, but
I don't care.
I couldn't quite put a joke together without laughing, and so he caught me laughing before I even got to make the comment.
I'll tell you this. You know what the worst comment is before you get a colonoscopy?
What?
Is right before they do it, you say bottoms up. And that throws them off.
That's a good one.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure they appreciate it when you said bottoms up, Doc.
I said it, but then right after that, I was just like instant asleep. I was like, bottoms up.
To make Tommy feel better, when he told me he had to get a colonoscopy, I said, can I do one just for science? Like we could do it together. Just to make him smile. And, of course, I got a lot of comments about being gay or, I say dumb things.
I believe what they said was, this isn't a couple's massage. We don't do that here. I was like, anyway. But anyway, back to the story about your fish hook remover and the big ones that you were looking at.
Yeah, I wish... No, I'm saying I really had to get inside of some of those fish. Like they swallow that thing pretty. Yeah, they get all of the fish.
Oh yeah, it's like fishing with like.
That was your cue to put your mouth over the. Yeah, there you go. So people can get.
It's like fishing like largemouth bass. Like those things, they just like, and they suck in the whole damn fish, and then.
I wouldn't know. The largemouth bass that I have caught have all been by accident.
Yeah.
The times that I've been bass fishing, I haven't even gotten a bite. So
usually you're trout fishing and you catch a bass.
That's true.
I know. Yeah. I've been there.
I did catch a bass in the Eastern Sierras where people go to catch trout. But it was so hot. I went to the Sierras like July 15th. Mm-hmm. And it was 91 at 10 a.m. Ugh. And trout are cold water fish. And so they were not active at all. And I was changing baits, and I put a worm on there, and I was on my kayak, so I was drifting, do a little drift fishing, just trying to cover more area, and I was catching the warm water fish. They were coming up to get the worm. I caught I think what looks like a crappie. Somebody told me it was a perch, but I was like, I don't know. It was a freshwater perch.
Was it green and like orange and have like little tiger stripe kind of like almost like that fire tiger kind of?
Yeah, it looked like
that's perch.
That's a perch.
Yep.
Okay, I caught a perch,
nice.
2 perch, and I caught a bass
nice. On
crawly. And I didn't even know there was bass out there.
There's gonna be like bass and panfish and stuff because I mean they're kind of like knocking down some of the species, keeping it level.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I caught those closer to the backside of the lake.
Figures.
It was I like to fish backside.
I was I'm sorry. I couldn't keep it in. I was like, fucking sorry. I'm totally like a child.
So what's interesting about Crawley Lake is there's quite a bit of areas to just get on the lake on your own without going through the like boat dock area.
Yeah.
So I got up super early because it was hot. I thought, let's fish like at 4 a.m. Right? Let's get some of those fisherman hours and get on some fish. And I show up to the entrance to the bait store and boat launch, and the gate's locked. They don't let you in the lake until 6 a.m.
There's a time limit on the... Wow.
And I thought, well, let me see if I can go around, because I know that Tommy has been camping here.
Yeah.
And you could just enter the lake. You just got to find a way.
Yeah.
And so I went and did a little off-roading.
Yeah.
I could not find my way to the lake. And I said, forget it. I turned around, and I waited in that line till 6 o'clock. I just waited.
Wow.
I waited like an hour. So then I get on the water, and all the boats are going to the back of the lake, and they're up against the wall, and that's where all the boats were fishing. And so I paddled over there.
It's a little bit deeper over there. It's a little bit deeper water. That's why they all kind of head that way.
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit deeper out there, but Crawley in general has a pretty big drop-off.
Crawley, for me, it's not clear water. There's a lot of plant life. Yeah. And there's a lot of just algae floating around, and I thought, I wouldn't be able to cast. It's got to be stillwater fishing, and if I was going to drift, my line's going to pick up all this algae and grass, and I did. That's what ended up happening, but I did catch one trolling, believe it or not.
Okay.
Now
on the other side, the camp where we camp normally, the water is more clear there, but it is still water fishing. It's more clear though.
So yeah, I was catching bass, and so getting back to how we got on this was
how the spotties swallow the whole hook.
Swallow the whole hook, yeah. And so trout do that too. Trout will swallow the whole thing. And you have to. That's where the hook remover comes in handy. Yeah. So you don't have to yank all the guts out with the fish.
They usually just hit and try to run. Yeah. They're trying to just go. And the same with like how you're saying with the spotties. Same thing. They're gonna hit like bass. They're gonna see it. It for some reason ticks them off, and they're just gonna hit it and try to run with it.
Yeah.
And like a sneak attack, and they run.
Sneak attack,
and then
you almost did one of your characters again, which I was
waiting for.
Reminded. What's I haven't had too much experience with halibut, but they're an ambush. Amish.
They're an ambush predator.
They're an ambush. I can't even say it.
Ambush.
They're like Amway. Ambush.
You're such.
Amway bush. Someone's bush. So they're a predatory fish, and they like to ambush people.
Yes, they're an ambush
other
predator.
Fish. Okay, there we go. So I do know about that fish, and they fight sometimes just like a trout, which has been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun. They've jumped out of the water sometimes, and they splash a whole lot when they get close to the top of the water.
Well, you're fighting a piece of carpet kind of thing.
And they have teeth, and so they will break the line. There's been quite a few times, even though I switched my setups and have been catching more fish with the double hook. Sometimes when you get them close to when they're flapping around, their teeth will cut the line. And so that's one of the other things I changed. I was using at first. I was trying to catch halibut and sand bass using like 8-pound test. And I switched it to 15. Still was losing fish just line breaking. And then I went to the local bait store here in Huntington Beach, and the guy there was telling me, no, you got to do at least 25-pound test. And that way it'll give you a chance. If they nick the line, you still have a shot, because they really have to get it good or be a strong big fish and to cut it, so you'll still save your fish. And so I'm fishing 25-pound line.
25-pound mono on or braid?
I have done mono at this point. What they suggested is to do both, do braid first and then do mono after, just so I could get more line on there, or vice versa. I can't remember what he said, but right now I just have the mono.
That'll work. And 25-pound test is pretty decent.
Yeah,
I mean that'll work.
And it works. And surprisingly, sometimes I still lose fish. They'll cut the line, and I don't know if it's been it's either a halibut or I have caught some barracuda. They're small. They're juvenile barracuda, but
they're mean as hell.
Yeah, they will come up. They will on a reel in trying to get my bait. Just get a fresh bait on there. Mm-hmm. I've caught a barracuda like that. I'm just reeling in to get inside the boat, and they'll come up and they grab it.
Yeah, and then when they break the surface, they lunge.
Yeah,
like they try to torpedo themselves towards you.
Even on the boat, I have to be careful because you could see how sharp their teeth are, and they're moving around even on the boat. And so I try not to get the hook. I'm using the pliers, and sometimes for the most part. The hook has been pretty close to the mouth because they're chasing the bait, and so they're I haven't had to get inside the mouth of the cuda.
Barracuda. Sorry.
Yeah, if we had that song, we could be playing it right now.
We can't. You know why? Copyright.
Copyright. That's right. We've got.
So we'll just deal with me going dun 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 dun. Barracuda.
Barracuda. But you got to have that feminine voice.
Barracuda.
It's a female singer, right?
Yeah. It's Heart, dude. Heart.
That's a good song.
Sisters. No, because because normally when I fish for halibut and stuff, I'll fish. I pier fish a lot.
Yeah.
So when
you look like a pier fisherman, by the way.
Yeah, fat, lazy. Usually scarfing down a hamburger or something while you're waiting for your fish to bite. Yeah,
there's a Shake Shack at the end of it.
I fit the bill. Yeah, it's usually a Ruby's.
It's like a shake in your hand, a burger, and a lounge chair, just at the end of your pole.
You are completely correct on that. Yeah, I mean it's I got a Ruby shake and then chili fries or something.
Mm-hmm. And a bathroom real close by.
Not lately. When the bathroom, like Seal Beach Pier, the bathroom is all the way at the beginning of the pier, and you're at the end. You're like, oh no,
I shouldn't eat.
I shouldn't have had that burger. But anyway, no. So when which by the way is quite the experience when you are on your boat and you have to go number 2. Like number 2 is on its way. Like, I'm prairie dogging. How do I pedal so fast? I need to go.
I almost want to do a kayak,
like a
YouTube
kayak
on
video, like how to.
Sometimes you have to take a shit. What do you do on your kayak during these times where it's like this? It's coming.
It's on the way. Like the cat is scratching at the door.
So it's my first thought goes to if in freshwater, I just jump in the freshwater and I take a shit, right? Yeah. But I'm not going to do it in the ocean because that's just chum. And there's barracuda in there and there's sharks. And so
like
I'm not really afraid of, I know there's sharks there, but I'm not scared of getting eaten by a shark. But I think if I'm taking a shit in the ocean,
sharks only bite when you touch their private parts.
I heard that before.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
I just think if I'm sticking my junk out and taking a shit, that's inviting sharks.
Well, they're gonna be like,
I don't know if they want.
I'm
not even sure if it's chum to them. Maybe it's that's a disgusting smell, just like every other animal would be like, dude, that's shit. I don't like it.
I don't know.
They like fishy smell, and shit is like waste, So
I don't know. I don't know where this took this bad of a turn.
I'm just I'm just thinking if I had to take a shit on my kayak and I'm in the ocean, you can't just let it go. You just stick your ass over the side, Maybe scoot it to the side or just let it go. Just let it go while you're on the kayak. I don't know.
If you put too much weight on one side of your kayak, what do you think's going to happen?
You're going to flip over, so you might as well just shit.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They don't have a funnel for that. like your urinal? They don't have like a catch-up pool? Oh,